Welcome to Mile High Report Radio Horse Tracks. And now, here's what's happening in Broncos country.
Oh boy, ladies and gentlemen, this coaching search, the latest coaching news, and everything going on right now, let the rumor mills fly. All right, let all this speculation come together, but also let the hope prosper. Let the hope continue to build. Let the fire continue to rise, because it looks like everything is starting to come together when we're talking about the next Broncos coaching staff. Oh boy. Maybe I might be getting a little bit too optimistic about this one. Maybe I might be getting a little bit too excited, but I don't care. The news of just coming from Wednesday alone is making things start to get a little insane and almost a little bit too. I mean, I know the Broncos are going for a splash. I know the Waltons were going for a splash, but this is not just a cannonball. This is looking like it's about to be a freaking tsunami. But ladies and gentlemen, I got that and more on this edition of Horse Tracks. It is Thursday, January 12th. My name is Ross, and you're listening to this on the amazing airways of Mile High Report. Of course, if you guys are new here, go ahead and hit the follow on in whatever podcasting platform you're currently listening to this on. Go on over to milehighreport.com. As soon as you're done with this podcast, check out tons of awesome articles that drop there daily. And you could also catch us out on the social medias at Mile High Report, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Check out yours truly on the Instagram. Run that bad boy. Hit me up with anything you want. I like the little community we got going on there. You guys are awesome. And thank you for joining in today. But with that being said, let's get on into the first piece of news I have for you guys today. And that first piece of news is going to be that, of course, as Broncos fans, we already knew this, all right? But apparently, the rest of the league knows this too, because in the first ever player-only vote for the All-Pro team, Pat Surtain II makes it in just his second year in this league. He is putting everyone on notice. He's getting the league-wide recognition that he deserves by being on this first team All-Pro. Respect from the players and respect from a pretty big name himself. Listen to what Joe Burrow has to say on Pat Surtain.
Denzel's, in my opinion, one of the best two corners in the league, by the way.
Sauce Gardner, the other one?
He's up there.
Patrick Surtain's good.
Yeah, I think he's the best.
Yeah, you faced him in college.
Yeah, he's tough.
Yeah.
Pretty much says top two, and he's not two. So we love that. Let's remember what happened last year when the Bengals went on into Denver. Of course, that was an ugly game, but also that was a time of the year where every game was ugly. The Broncos didn't win that, but Pat Surtain put on the clamps on Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow. They ended their fun for that game. Joe Burrow knows all about Pat Surtain. He also, of course, played against him in college. So he's going, no, it's great to see respect. Pat Surtain absolutely deserves it. This man has been playing just phenomenal football from the first time he stepped onto the field. So like I said, it's super cool for him to get this recognition. Of course, there is still the media vote for the All-Pro team, which still gives Justin Simmons, the best safety in the league, a chance to make it onto that list at least. According to the player-only vote, Minkah Fitzpatrick is the best free safety in the league. Now, he is fantastic, but also we all know, even with the bias or without the bias, Justin Simmons, best safety in the league. Let's go, boys. But now let's get to the news that you really wanted to hear. Let's talk about the latest goings about the Broncos 2023 coaching search. There's some weird news that came out today. First, opinions and thoughts changed and news changed just as the day went on, because I guess early on in the day it was almost looking like Payton is the top candidate and Jim Harbaugh is the backup, but they're doing a lot for the backup. But on this, from Jeremy Fowler, the sentiment he is hearing is that if Payton says no to Denver, then Harbaugh will be the lead candidate. Still much to play out, with Denver waiting to talk to the Cowboys defensive coordinator Dan Quinn and 49ers defensive coordinator D'Amico Ryans, among others. But the Broncos have been doing a lot of research on Jim Harbaugh. So there is that little piece. So it seems like, Payton's top. All right. And if we don't get him, if maybe like the Cardinals or the Colts pick up on him, then we can go with Jim Harbaugh. But it seems like that's not quite the case. It seems like the opposite. It seems like Jim Harbaugh is the top guy, because if we wanted to take a look into the next thing, of course, I mean, let's get this little snooze ball of everything out of the way. The Broncos did interview Jim Caldwell on Wednesday. And this was first reported by Justine Anderson. Source from Mike Liss confirmed this. It was an in-person interview, of course. Jim Caldwell coached Miami quarterbacks in 2019. He had an all-right head coaching run with Detroit in 2014 to 2017. I say all right, but he made 2 playoff appearances with the freaking Lions, had 3 winning records. That's pretty good. He also led Payton's Colts to a 2009 Super Bowl game. So Caldwell, he's all right. Like, yeah, he could be good, but also when there's a guy like Jim Harbaugh out there, I like this. It seems like all right backup. All right backup. You gotta do due diligence. Get the best candidates, all interviewed. But let's get into the juicy stuff here, because David Shaw has officially, as of Wednesday, entered the Broncos coaching conversation. So on Wednesday, David Shaw, of course, former Stanford head coach David Shaw, also maybe a little bit more ties than just that. He interviewed with the Denver Broncos about their head coaching job. Of course, David Shaw, he also spent 9 years in the NFL from 1997 to 2005 with the Eagles, the Raiders, and the Ravens. And now he is interested in returning to the pro game. But the cool thing about this one is, get this, David Shaw worked under Jim Harbaugh from 2006 to 2010, even following him from San Diego to Stanford. And while at Stanford, David Shaw was Harbaugh's offensive coordinator all 4 years Jim Harbaugh was there. Oh, snap. So it looks like the Broncos are just picking up the pieces, but also there's all these Harbaugh ties in the coaching, man. David Shaw, he remember, and especially he was a big contributor to Andrew Luck being NFL ready as soon as he hit the field. All right, Andrew, I mean, we all know Andrew Luck, phenomenal quarterback. It's a shame that the Colts couldn't get offensive line to save his life, because he would still be throwing dimes, and the Colts would easily be in the playoffs right now if they saw Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck, fantastic. David Shaw, plenty of credit for that one. Stanford was, even as a Pac-12 team, they were one of the best teams nationally. And there's just tons of success coming from that program. David Shaw, of course, we all know Stanford likes to run the football. And they ran a really kind of pro-style offense and had tons of success with that in college. David Shaw, he also had tons of success in the NFL. He was really pulled out of that to go work with Jim Harbaugh. So that would be fantastic. And let's remember another guy that we talked about earlier that has ties to the Broncos, to say the least, and has ties to Jim Harbaugh. That's Broncos defensive coordinator Ejiro Evero. Of course, Evero worked on staff with Harbaugh with the San Francisco 49ers. So let's dream, and let's take a look at some of the pieces that are being put together, because a possibility for the Broncos coaching staff next year, it's not just a dream, it's an actual legitimate possibility. Head coach Jim Harbaugh, offense coordinator David Shaw, defensive coordinator Ejiro Evero. Boom. That would be fantastic. I am all about that. I'm sure you guys can hear it through your headphones or through the speakers right now. I would be so dang pumped to see this happen. Of course, if you want to put the Jerry on top, let's put Jerry Rosberg as special teams coordinator. I'm pretty sure he's going to be retiring, and that's what everything indicates too. And so this could just that could be beautiful. Even like I maybe said on Monday, that it looks like that Justin Alden might have kind of saved himself. And it looks like Alden could actually be a pretty good offensive coordinator. He was just hampered, like the entire team was, by Nathaniel Hackett. I'm pretty sure he probably gets an offensive coordinator spot somewhere else. But if the Broncos do keep him on staff, is serving some part of the offense, that would be awesome. Maybe Clint Kubiak as well. But it'd be nice to have Alden there. Of course, it would be a dream to have Rosberg. But man, Harbaugh, Evero, and David Shaw, sign me up for that one. Sign me up for that, and let's just book our trip to the playoffs right now. Now, I might have just gone a little bit overboard with that, but, I could have said Super Bowl. Now, that definitely will be overboard. But, ladies and gentlemen, that's the coaching news I have for you guys today. Hopefully, this is positive news to kick off your Thursday. It's almost Friday. It's almost the weekend. So, let's just go out and have a ball. I'm sure you guys are going to have a lot better the weekend than I am. I am going to be fasting, and I am now looking forward to it. But on the other side, if you guys aren't fasting, go ahead. Maybe eat some good food. Hope you guys have an awesome weekend. I really appreciate you guys tuning in to this edition of Horse Tracks. Hope you guys have a fantastic Thursday. Like I said earlier, go on, follow us on whatever podcasting platform you're currently listening to this on. And just do yourself a favor, but mostly do us a favor. Check us out at milehighReport.com if you haven't yet. Tons of awesome articles daily. And you can follow us on social media at Mile High Report, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Like I said, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hopefully the Broncos coaching search ends as well as it seems right now. Hope you guys have fan-frickin-tastic Thursday. Go Broncos.